Morning. How are you this morning? I am cold. That's how I am. So if I was to pick a color, I would pick blue. I'm not going to say why because I'll say why in a little minute. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I guess I'm also tired. I thought I slept good last night. Although I did go to bed late because I was watching my student who made the crisp. I was watching that video all the way through. And because it was pretty good. It made me laugh. He did such a good job. So I was up later watching that video. So if you get a chance to watch that video today, just make sure you watch it not at 11 o'clock. Okay, let's start with the date today. If we were at school, it would be, our picture would be the Owen Sound attack. It's the Owen Sound attack day, which is Wednesday. They usually would be playing their games on Wednesday. And the date, don't look at this day. This is just how many days we've been off. That's the number we want right there. 15. We played bingo yesterday. So what would this number be? 15. If you said 15, that's right. And the month, January, February, March, and April. And the year, 2020. There's our April. So today is Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. And this is why I'm cold this morning and would pick blue. What is the weather today? If you're in Meaford, what's your weather? This is your weather today. Now, we're not doing this right at the moment, but it says cloudy today and -2. -2. Oh, it was doing this. This is why I was cold. It was snowing. It says it's going to snow today in the Blue Mountains. The sun's just peeking out right now at the moment. But there is snow on the ground. And it is cold out there. So that's the weather in our area. In the news today, Trudeau, they're putting in place some plans in regards to long-term care. Most of the people that are contracting the COVID now are in long-term care. So we hope those people will get the care that they deserve and that they need. Ford would like to extend the physical distance, so we'll be hearing that at some point this week. So I'll keep you posted. And Trump is halting funding for the World Health Organization. He seems to think that they had some responsibility in the reason why the United States has so many cases. But other people feel that they did actually contact all of the countries 6 weeks before the United States had actually put anything in place. So there's a bit of controversy there. Our comic today is fitting because it feels like it was feeling like spring and now it's not feeling like spring. So we have Lucy with her brother and Charlie Brown. And she says, "See these leaves, Linus? They're flying south for the winter." And then Charlie Brown asks, "What makes you think those leaves are flying south, Lucy?" When you look at a map, north is up and south is down, isn't it? Well, isn't it? See these leaves, Linus? They're flying south for the winter. Oh, I read that wrong. I read north. Huh? They're flying south because they're flying down. South is definitely warmer. But that's actually not where south is. From my house, if you go that way, you're going north, and if you go that way, you go south. So towards the bay is north, and I always think of this way as towards Kingsville, which is where I grew up. That's south, because I have to drive south to get to Kingsville to go visit my dad and my brother. Birds I saw yesterday. I am trying so hard to actually try and find other birds than our traditional birds that I see every day. So I always see like a robin and seagulls and crows and cardinals and finches. But I have seen two birds that I actually can't identify, and my book doesn't actually have either of them. Excuse me. One I saw in Meaford yesterday, and it had a white belly, and it had white, like a white ring around its neck, and it had brown feathers. And then another one I saw in the little forest behind Applejack, and it was a gray bird, and it had like little feathers, almost like a cardinal's feathers, so it looked like it had a little cap, and a bit of a white belly. And it sort of had like a back like a swallow, but it wasn't a swallow because it flew, and it didn't look like a swallow when it flew. So I'm going to try and figure out what those, and I can't get pictures. I take my phone, but I can't get good pictures of them. So I'm going to try and figure out what those two birds are. Because I know those traditional birds that I see regularly, but it's those other birds. Although yesterday I saw a cardinal, but it was a female cardinal, and it looks quite different. And it was really orangey, so that was neat. So our item yesterday was this. And I was wondering if you knew what this was. If you guessed a pine cone, you're right. It is a pine cone, but something has happened to it. These pine cones have seeds in them. And they're coming out all over my... And to get the seeds, the squirrels, they take off those little pieces, these little protective pieces. And then they get all of the... I've got seeds all over my computer. They get all of these seeds. Can you see them? Those come out. I have a whole pile on the table. Look at them all. So those are what the squirrels are after. Those yummy little seeds. So that is a pine cone after a squirrel has stripped it all off to get all those seeds. I could plant those. That's a lot of trees. Okay, the item today, it's not a real bird, but it is a bird that clips on. And I was wondering if you knew which bird this was. I've been talking every day about birds. I have mentioned it. So I was wondering if you knew which bird that was. Can you see it? So that's the question today. What bird is that? The other question I have for you is, can you see the lantern? If you look all the way around, it's right there. Doot, doot. I have a cooking challenge to send out. The video I was watching late last night was about making crisp. It looked so good. So I challenge everyone watching to make their crisp and to send me some pictures. I'm going to do that today. And then we can see everybody's crisps. And then you can ask your family to give a description of your crisp. I am sure all of them are going to be delicious. Those fresh berries that my student was using, and nuts. I don't put nuts in my crisp. That was interesting too. I'm going to try that this time. I was wondering if anyone watched the movie I suggested from my dad's suggestion, so I'm passing it on. It was called The Wish. If anyone watched it, you can let me know in an email how it was or a text. Yesterday we did some sun salutation. I don't know if it worked very well. You guys can give me some feedback on that. But today we're just going to do some stretching. This week is going to be all about moving. So I'm going to just take off my sweatshirt. And we're going to do some stretching like we do when we're in gym class. And we're going to stretch like we're doing some basketball. So the first thing we're going to start with, let me straighten up my shirt there. The first thing we're going to do is our neck. So we're going to bend it forward and just do a nice gentle loop around. And then we're going to do our shoulders, because in basketball we're always using our arms to take those shots. And then forward. And then you could do some nice big loops. Oh, I have a little bit of cracking in my one shoulder. So if you do have some cracking, just go nice and slow. We could give ourselves a hug. That's one thing we can do, is give ourselves a hug. And then let's try and reach behind our back. And then we always use our legs too in basketball. So we're going to step forward and we're going to keep our feet nice and flat on the ground, and we're going to lean forward into the stretch so we feel it in the back leg. And then we're going to push off and we're going to do the other leg. Trying to keep our feet nice and flat. And then we're going to step sideways, and this one's going to do the inside of our leg. So one leg is stretched out, one leg is bent. And now we're straight in the middle with our legs farther than our shoulders. Now we're going to lean our other leg and do the inside stretch. So one leg is bent, the other is straight, and you feel the stretch on the inside of your leg. And then you can go down and touch your toes. So I'm going to go down. Bye. And we can come up and do that one more time. You can hold your ankles if you can't touch the ground. Okay, and then we can do our ankles, rotate. And then give yourself a little shake. And hopefully that's giving you a little bit of wake up. And you can just do that routine again. You can also then do sun salutation after that. But I only have so much time, so I can only do so much. But hopefully that'll help you get up and start trying some of the things. So we're going to continue reading about dogs. We learned yesterday that their eyesight isn't as good as their hearing. So we were on. So now we're going to talk about their communication when they're barking. Dogs cannot actually talk, but they can communicate. You can't see I'm not quite in the right spot. There. They are able to make a wide range of sounds: whines, yelps, growls, snarls, whimpers, barks, and howls. These sounds all mean something to a dog. These sounds all means, I just read that. And if it has an understanding master, the dog can communicate many things. It is possible for the animal to show emotions all the way from love to hate by the sounds it makes, and to indicate its desire quite clearly. More important is the fact that a dog can understand its master. Not many species of animals can be trained to understand human speech, but some dogs have been able to respond to more than 150 different words. This is a powerful lesson for the close association of man and dog, for communication is a key to all relationships. When living beings can understand each other, friendship is often easily won. That's very true. Ollie talks to me. If I'm not fast enough when we're getting ready to go for a walk, she says, "Arr, arr, arr." But she doesn't bark very often, only when there's a different person that comes to the door that she doesn't really know. Okay, and the last item, yesterday we did the little house elf, which is right there in the plant, which gave a message. Today we're going to do a bird giving a message. So this is my little bird holding, oh my goodness, holding a little message. So the message says, have a tweet day. Like sweet, have a tweet day instead of have a sweet day. And this is a very simple project. It's a piece of egg carton. So I have an egg carton and I've cut out, so you'll need some help to cut that out. And I left this tall part and then I sliced it so it's like a little beak, and then I colored around the eyes to emphasize the eyes. This is just recycled paper, and I simply just did some feathering, and then I cut little slips so it looks like a feather. And then this is just recycled paper with a black dot on it, very simple. And there's my little bird, and it can pass on a message. So this is a house bird, and you can put the message in and you can leave that for someone. See? I think this one's cute. It reminds me of a Muppet. Okay, so if you want to try that, I'll put it over here. Show you that it can sit, just sits on the, can sit on someone's desk, and you can give them a little message. Have a tweet day. Okay, so I think I've done everything on my list. Hope you're gonna have a good day, and miss you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.